Well, good morning, Coach. We appreciate you being with us this morning. I know we'll talk about the game, obviously, and I want to jump right into it. Before we do, I wanted to start with Darrell Taylor just because it was such a scary scene last night. It sounded like there was some decent news last night. How is he doing this morning?
Yeah, he really did get a great report on his CAT scans that he was clear and all that. He's got more tests to do just to double check and triple check and make sure he's okay, MRIs and stuff today. But the initial return is that he didn't have any major damage at all, and he feels good. I talked to him just a few minutes ago, and he's got a sore neck right now, stiff neck a little bit, but he really feels relative to what it looked like and what we were having to deal with. He really got a great turnaround, great news.
What caused them to go into the protocol? What is it that leads to that?
He immediately was talking about his neck. He talked about he got his neck hyperextended, got jammed, and so they immediately go into isolating the movement, and that just leads them down a path where they've got to, you got to go for it. And he was so adamant about getting up and wanting to get off the ground and did not want to get carted off and the whole thing. He was just battling, and we were all just loving him up and just trying to calm him down so that that wasn't the time to compete in that manner, But that's what his nature told him to do, and you got to admire the heck out of him. He was tough as nails.
I mean, does that make it realistic he could return even as soon as this week? Is that a possibility?
I don't know what to say about that. To give us another couple of days here of tests and stuff, and we'll see what happens. I don't know.
Good. Well, good news. I'm glad.
Really good news. Yeah, really good news.
What did you take from the game?
Well, what a game, man. What our guys were amazing. Let me answer a bigger question that you haven't asked yet. That where are we and what are we feeling like and all that. This start is painful. It's painful. We've not been here, and that we've not. And maybe there was a time, I don't know, 10 years ago or something like that. But it's a painful start. But so that our people that that love us and follow us, our guys are not beaten. They're not. They're not like hapless about what's going on. They just showed you who they are and what they're all about. This season is going to take a lot longer than we would like to figure out what it's all about. And the start has just put us behind the eight ball a little bit. It just means it's just going to take a long time. And so our guys are going to approach it with the right mentality to keep battling and make the opportunity come available to us by the way we fight our way through it. And just like we fought our way through that game, it's not any different. And that's the nature of our club and in our organization, and we're not going to be anything different than that. But it's just going to take us 2 months. We're not going to know anything for 10 weeks before really what the season's all about. And that means that if we can project and withhold judgment and just keep battling, a lot of stuff's going to happen and scenarios will take shape, and we'll see what, how good can the Cardinals be? Can they really do it or not? If they can put together a great season, or are they going to run into their issues too? Issues are just around the corner. I mean, they're just a flash away. They're one throw away. They're from what's going on. And so, meanwhile, we just have to keep digging in, and that's what we're going to do. And I look forward to that challenge and fighting our way through it. I was so proud of the way the guys responded. It was a beautiful comeback.
What happened at halftime? Because you came out certainly like a different team offensively.
It was a significantly marked halftime. I was so freaking pissed that we had started that game like that, knowing that that we needed to take care of our new quarterback, and we needed to run the football, and we didn't get that accomplished, and so we just declared we're turning it, and you saw exactly what happened, and our guys up front took the game over, and both sides of the ball played great football to give us a chance to win the game, and legitimately the chance to have the game won, and we would have made a heroic comeback, but it was significant at halftime, and so.
When you say pissed, I mean that's not a word I generally associate with you. I mean you're a fairly optimistic guy. Does that mean you were angry with them? You showed it. You flipped a Gatorade table. I mean, what does that mean?
Well, I'm not telling you everything that happened. But I was mad that I wasn't able. I didn't get it done. I knew what we needed to do in this game, and we needed to be really balanced and run the football and take the pressure off of Geno having to stand back there and drop back and throw the ball against a wicked pass rush, and that was it didn't show up and we didn't get it done, and situations call for to try to battle for the next first down and all of that, and we just didn't get it accomplished, and then we did. You saw us. That's how we needed to play. That's how we need to play for the next couple of weeks and on into the season. And really, Mike, that's how we've played when we're at our best for years. And there's a lot of people that want to gripe and complain about running the football and all that. But you saw we scored 20 points in the second half. How many points you need to score? I mean, 40 points in a game, that's pretty good, And we did it by controlling the football game with the strength of our team. I thought Alex. Let me start first with the offensive line. They were phenomenal. They controlled the game, and they've been waiting. And Alex was phenomenal in his effort. He made so many 4 and 5 and 6 yard runs, just by his cuts and his instincts and all of that. And then you could see that DJ ran behind that line too, and so did Homer. Everybody could run behind because those guys did such a fantastic job, and they're there. They're ready for us, and so we need to let them really kind of seize this opportunity to get our season on track and balance us out.
What'd you learn about Geno last night?
He was competing his tail off. He was calm. He was poised. He was in control. He handled everything really well, and throughout the whole thing. And he was so upset that that it comes down and he loses the football right at the end there, And really, when you look right at it, Geno had terrible ball security as he ducked up in there. I mean, we don't let anybody run with the football like that, and he'll see it. He had the ball like he's carrying, a loaf of bread, like they say, and he got knocked out. They can knock it out anyway, but we don't ever want to look like that. And so, unfortunately, that got us. But he gave us a chance. He took us right down there when we had to in a minute 30, and gave us a chance to put the game into OT and the whole thing.
What'd you make of Russ yesterday? He was out there. He did his full routine. We got to see the in the huddle 2-minute drill and everything he did pregame, and then somehow how did he manage to find himself on the field for the coin toss?
Yeah, that's just he could, so we did it, and he makes all those choices for us, and why would we not use the strength of his his experience there? So that was it. But what he got done, you've never seen anybody do what he did. I mean, he went through probably 200 plays, before the game, and he actually did them. I mean, he went right through the whole process of it, calling it in the huddle, making the adjustments. Just like he was talking talking to the players that he would normally talk to and making the adjustments and the changes and the things like that. And that his focus throughout that time is what he's done in practice, around the practice field as well. And he will not lose a step in preparation for the time when he comes back.
We talked a little bit last week here about some other, you brought in Blake Bortles for an interview or for a look last week. Are there others scheduled? Cam Newton said he was vaxxed as of yesterday. Is Cam somebody you would talk to?
Well, just so that we've already talked to him. We're talking to everybody that could help us. And to go right back to the base philosophy that we always we uphold here is that we're going to be competing in every turn with whoever would be available, and so we're on it.
How'd those conversations go?
They're all right.
They're all right. Okay. Good.
All
right, let's go to the other side of the ball a little bit. Talk through this defense. What did you see? Because we spent a lot of time the last few weeks talking about this one concept and issues in the passing game with
totally put it to rest.
Yeah,
totally
was it gone?
Yeah. We
did they run those same concepts and you defended them well, or did they not run them as much?
They had it. They did show it. Yeah, but we defended stuff really well, and the adjustments that Kenny and the staff had to make, they got it done with the players. The players did a really good job of it, and we put these guys under control. I thought throughout the night, we had, they had a touchdown series, and then they had one we messed up with a couple. There's a couple things that happened that got them their 2 scores, and other than that, I thought the guys played really well. That's a pretty that's a pretty well-oiled offense, with Ben and how he does it in the running game and how he plays his style. And I thought our guys really adapted really well to it.
It's Trey Brown.
I thought the corners played really good too. I was really pleased with their play, and particularly DJ had a terrific game. But Trey Brown, you're just going to bring him up.
Yeah,
he was good.
He's
he was
feisty,
really,
huh?
He was really, Mike. He's been on it. I mean, I've said this a number of times to everybody that there's no plays in his background with us in practice and the scrimmages and in preseason. The few plays that he had in the games that weren't really consistently tuned up, and he went out and did exactly that. That's exactly the way he's been looking in practice. So that's a big statement for us, and it comes at a good time. We need him to be competitive and be out there. So he'll have a chance to play a lot moving forward.
I heard you say after the game that some of the issues with the pass rush were maybe with the way you were forced to defend their running game and some of the things they like to do in the RPO. But what can you do to generate more pressure on quarterbacks?
Well, this Ben doesn't let you do it. He doesn't let you rush him. The ball's out too fast, and you can't get there. He knows. I mean, he's 39 years old. He's been playing this game for 18 years. He's not going to let you get to him. And if it's a fluke when you do almost. And the style is so fast, but it's not fast in his drop back game. It's because of the run pass thing, the RPO thing RPOs. If you teach the fans what that is, that's a running play that the quarterback has the chance to throw the football as well if he doesn't like the run look versus his pass opportunities with the real quick passing game. And so the ball comes out right now. And the few times that Ben pulled the ball to throw it and couldn't throw it, they had guys downfield, and when we stopped them, and it worked out fine for us. We didn't get the advantage of all of that, but we really handled it really well. And so that's that game. Let's go to the next one.
How about Jamal? How did he play yesterday?
He's all over the place. He was making hits all over the place. He had a chance to make a big pick that he just didn't play the ball. He was playing the receiver to make the hit and didn't see the ball coming, I don't think. He was zeroing in on the guy, and that was a really big opportunity. I mean, he would give anything to have that chance back because the ball was right to him, and can't be more so. But, we missed that opportunity, which was really at a time when we could have iced the game, I think.
It seems like you used him more around the line of scrimmage, at least to my eyes. Was that part of the plan? Is that a Steelers thing, or is that something that you got to
No,
you got to do?
Just moving. No, we got to do. We're just moving ahead. I thought he played really well, and he was very active. He fit the new things that we did. He did them exactly the way the plan called for it. We sent him a number of times when he didn't get home, but he did cause some problems, and he had a good game.
Are there other guys on that defense playing well that maybe we're not noticing? I mean, are there people that are, maybe doing more than I would notice sitting at home?
Well, it's hard to probably appreciate like Poona Ford. He's really a solid football player. Al Woods does a really good job in his role of being the big dude in the middle. Those guys give us real consistent play up front, and it all starts right in the middle and works its way out. So, but they, just to pick out a couple guys.
Did you talk to DK after his final play there with the fumble on the sideline?
I haven't talked to him about that play, but I was, communicating with DK during the game. He cramped up a little bit in this one, This was kind of like the Minnesota game. A number of guys cramped up, so there's something going on here with the trip that we got to take care of guys better than we are. I think there's something for us to maybe enhance the hydration part of it. It's a big factor. You're in the planes, you're in the hotels, and it's all air conditioned and all that stuff. And that's what sucks the fluids out of you. We have to maybe with some guys in particular do a better job. But DK was, he was. I got a chance to get after him though. He was loose with the ball on the one that came out.
I just don't understand what's the goal there. I mean, isn't he right by the sideline and you're just trying to get out of bounds? Why is he fighting for extra yards?
Because he's a competitor, Mike. What do you want him? That's what he's gonna do. I mean, he was gonna get out of bounds. I think he'd have bounced his way out. I think at the time he was right there, but the ball got punched before he got to finish the play. And the ball was a little vulnerable, and obviously they're really good at it, and they got him. But it was a fantastic. That whole sequence was amazing. there's a lot to talk about. I know it's really early in the morning for us, and people don't realize it's like 5 o'clock or something when we're doing this.
We're taping this a little early today.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff to talk about, and a fantastic play by Freddie Swain to put us back in the flow of that play and the moments and the seconds that we gained right there to give us a chance to hook up a tie-in field goal.
Let's go through just a couple of the other injuries just to see where people are at. Alex Collins, you said got hurt.
Yeah, he got hit a couple times. He had a couple big hits that he took, but the reports we're getting that we'll see in a couple days from now. He got banged around in all that he put out there, but he's not out of the next week. We got to see how he handles it.
And the expectation is Rashad Penny could be back next week.
Rashad Penny is back. He'll be back full speed, ready to roll on Tuesday when we get back out of here.
How about Damian Lewis?
He's got a sore shoulder. Yeah, he hurt his shoulder a little bit, and we'll have to wait and see. He's really tough, and he'll shrug it off if he can, but he's pretty sore tonight.
Did you? It's not game related, but we have just a couple of minutes here, and this conversation could probably go a lot longer than that. But the John Gruden stuff that came out over last week, and just watching some of the reaction to it around the league. I don't know if you heard Coach Brandon Staley's comments in LA. He really spoke quite eloquently about leadership and about what it means, and talking about the situation. You must have obviously seen what happened. What did you think about it, and where did your mind go as all of that went down last week?
That the world has changed, and times have changed, and fortunately we're evolving into a new awareness that's really, really crucial that we get it. And the guys, the men and women that are in leadership positions, we have a real responsibility to act in accordance with the moving times. And if we don't, then we're not supporting really the evolution of the culture that we live in, and we have to do a great job of that. It's, to me, Mike, it's always been so important to me to treat people right, and all people deserve to be treated well and equally, and it doesn't matter what your persuasion, and to make reference to people in disparaging ways and all that is so backwards for us right now. This is, and we just can't tolerate it, and we got to learn, we got to grow, and in that there's a huge job for us to shift the culture and shift the awareness and how we understand differences and love the fact that people are different and all that. I mean, there's a lot to it. So,
Well, it was a heck of a comeback yesterday, Coach. We appreciate you taking some time early this morning. Yes, we taped before the show today, so this is about as early as it gets for either one of us. Yeah. Thanks for coming right in off the plane. We appreciate it. Good luck this week. Long week with a Monday night game. We'll talk to you next Tuesday.
All right, Mike. Thank you. All right, Mike. Thank you.